Representing the 26 to 27 foot class in the center console category, the Stuart Boatworks 27 has an overall length of 27 feet, a beam of 8 feet 8 inches, and a max horsepower rating of 600. Designed for serious offshore fishing, she has a draft of 18 inches, a dead rise of 18 degrees, a dry weight of approximately 6,000 pounds, and a fuel capacity of 140 gallons. Now, let's hear more from our hosts, Dave East and Rick Riles.
Okay, this is the Stuart Boatworks 27, and when I look at this boat, the only thing I can think of is Back to the Future. And what I mean by that is the roots of this hull design go way back, over 30 years. It's a tried and true hull design, but what they've done, they've brought it into the future with present technology on construction materials, and they've made some enhancements in the actual shear, the height of the boat. They've really made it better than it ever has been, and the boat's got a killer heritage.
Well, it does, and there's a reason why it has a killer heritage. It rides like a champ, okay? This boat came, where you see a lot of these are in the Bahamas. And in the Bahamas, Dave, boats aren't toys. They're your primary means of transportation. What does that mean? They have to handle all kinds of conditions and do it well. She doesn't draw too much water. She handles a big sea well. Everything about this boat is simplistic and effective.
And you know what? It's got everything you need to take this boat out and be a serious fishing boat, family boat, whatever you want to use it for, but it doesn't have a lot of stuff you don't need. So let's get inside and we'll talk a little bit more about that. The hull is just under 27 feet, but if you look at it, it's got a lot of room inside for multiple anglers or all of your gear, mainly because they've got this nice flat deck. It runs from the transom all the way to the bow, and there's nothing in between. You can get up to the front of the boat and you can cast to a rig, or you can cast to a cobia or to a ray. You don't have to get up on top of a deck to do that.
Sure, you're in the boat. You're not standing on top of the boat when you're up front.
Right.
And you know my feelings about that. I love it. Check this out. This is a great fish box, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you run this all fish box, maybe you run a little low on storage. No, you don't. Watch this. Just a flip of a switch, my boy, all the room you'll ever need. Normally, all this area below deck here is dead space. They used it efficiently.
Well, there are 2 live wells in this boat. One's in the back, they're built into the leaner, which is pretty typical in a center console this size. They built another live well up here in the front, under the front seat of the console. Let's say we're fishing up here at the bow. You can transfer some of your baits up here while you're fishing, and then you don't have to run up and back all day.
But keep in mind, this is insulated, so it doesn't have to be a live well. That can be your drink cooler. Speaking of simply beautiful, come on back to this console, let me show you something. Tell you what, you look at this dash, it is just what I'm talking about being simply beautiful. Look how well everything fits together. And check out where they installed the radio, where they put the engine controls. It's just the way you see it done on yacht quality consoles.
Well, not only that, if you look inside the console and you look at the quality of the wiring itself, when the wiring is laid out like that, you know exactly where every wire is going, you know what that wire is for. If you have an issue, and if you're gonna have an issue, it's gonna be out there. It's easy to track it down, it's easy to fix. You can control all the boat's functions from your multifunction displays. These switches here, they control all my pumps, they control everything in the boat, all the systems, and you don't have to look around for a switch. But being a pilot, I like redundancy, right? They've got regular switches down here. So if you're in your GPS screen, or let's just say you have an issue with your display, I like the redundancy of good old-fashioned switches.
That's a great safety feature to have too.
Well, this 27-foot boat's got a nice big console, side entry door. You can easily get down in there and use the head, or you can store a lot of stuff, get out of the weather. But what they've been able to do is keep a really nice sized cockpit.
I tell you what, well, you know how much I love this live well. Best live well design there is, and I'll tell you why. It's round, it pumps a lot of water, plenty of gallons per hour going through it, but more importantly, I'm always going to prefer a live well that's above the deck. Not only is it easier to get to your bait, boy, the ultimate disaster would be for a fitting to fail below deck. You ever think about that? And you're a whole lot safer with your live wells up here, where you know right away if you've got a problem.
Back to their simplistic design, look at their rear bench seat. Flip it up when you need it, fold it down when it's out of the way. The backrest is removable. Making a long run, it's a great place to sit and rig baits. If you're bringing the family, it's a great place to sit. But if you don't need it, it's out of the way, and they haven't taken up a lot of cockpit space to have rear seating.
Simply effective is what this boat can best be described at. You want a boat to go fish in, and a boat that's easy to take care of and looks like $1 million and rides like $1 million, this might be the best boat for you.